Okay, today I'm taking a look at the fanxiang S880. It says right here, this PCIe 4.0. So if you want to get the absolute maximum speed you can get out of this, you do want to use a PCIe 4.0 slot on your computer. This is kind of neat. They actually gave you a little screw to install it, which is important because if you lost the screws game with the motherboard, you're going to need that. And they even give us a little screwdriver. So this is the M.2. This is of course an M key because it's NVMe. So you want to make sure that you're using that with a PCI Express 4.0 slot if you've got that, because that's going to get you the maximum of 7,500 megabytes per second. You can't see it as a standard 80mm package, so that will fit into most slots on motherboards. What I'm going to do to install this is I'm going to take that slot and I'm going to press that into mounting point, push that into the holder. You can see it's kind of lifted up a little bit, and then press that button down. You want to make sure you're removing the covering and set that directly on the M.2. This laptop uses Thunderbolt 3 ports. The top speed for Thunderbolt 3 and Thunderbolt 4 are about the same, but the minimum speed for Thunderbolt 4 is going to be a little bit faster. It is important to note that just because your computer has USB-C does not mean that it is Thunderbolt or USB 4. So first I'm going to go to Disk Management, and I will use GPT. So now this drive is initiated. I'm going to right click on it, hit New Simple Volume, next, 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 next. Okay, and there is the drive. Now if I want to change the partitions on it, I can go to Shrink Volume, and let's call this 100,000. So I could essentially make this into two different drives. I don't really want to do that, so I'm going to go to Extend Volume, next, and finish. So now I've regained the full size of that drive. And we can see if we go to this PC, we have a 1 terabyte drive. So let's do a Crystal Disk Mark check. Okay, so for the best case scenario, at sequential 1 megabyte, 8 process, 1 thread, we got 3057 on the read and 637 on the write. For the sequential 1 megabyte, 1 process, 1 thread, we got 2622 and 499. For the random 4K at 32 process, 1 thread, we got 450 and 227. And for the worst case scenario, random 4K, 1 process, 1 thread, we got 67 and 12. So if I was going to be using this for gaming as an external enclosure just like this would be an excellent drive for that, just because most of the files are already going to be loaded onto the drive, so all it's going to have to do is read from them, and getting 3 gigabytes per second is going to be an excellent speed for that. As far as writing onto the drive at 630, it's going to be much better by installing this directly into the computer. So overall, that is a very nice drive.